Hi all, how you doing? Hope you're doing great wherever you are in the world. Okay, just let's do a quick video on Lightchain AI. Um, Someone talked about this, someone told me about this about a week ago about what they were doing. I've done a couple of videos on it already, Lightchain, in the past, but not done one for a while. It's definitely a scam, guys, this project, 100%. You only have to look at the comments. They don't allow comments unless, I don't know, you're allowed to make comments, which is totally ridiculous, okay? But they had a proposal. So this is basically the proposal. If you go to their website, um, should mainnet launch be delayed for up to 6 months? And basically, it was a yes or no. And the answer came out yes. So they want to delay the launch for another 6 months. And now, a few days ago, when I watched this before it ended, okay, so this proposal has ended now, ended on November the 27th. Now, Um, I think I looked at it on about the November the 25th and then forgot about it. But basically, at that point, I'm pretty sure no was higher than yes. And I was thinking, I bet this ends up in a yes vote. Okay. And it did. Okay. So basically, they've delayed the mainnet launch again for another 6 months. And what the proposal was, well, let's just read it out. This proposal asked the community to determine whether Lightchain AI's mainnet launch should be delayed for up to 6 months. Yes is the answer. Due to, listen to this, critical setbacks in the development of the consensus layer blockchain. A key developer responsible for the consensus layer misrepresented progress and departed without notice, leaving several essential components incomplete. As a result, the protocol must decide whether to delay mainnet or proceed without delay by deploying the AI VM directly on Ethereum instead of Lightchain's layer one blockchain. Okay, so I mean, I've never heard such a pile of BS in all my life. Okay, um, I don't know. I'm not a programmer, so I mean, I can imagine people going can delay things and upset things, but if you're a sort of if you're a main sort of program, I think a lot of people tend to say, that they're going, unless they suddenly die or drop dead on the spot or something like that. Most people won't leave projects because that would give you a bad name or something like that. They won't just leave you in the lurch. They'd sort of give you some time to get somebody else for one, but also I suspect that somebody else could take up the reins much quicker than say 6 months. And I'm sure there's lots and lots of programmers knocking around that can do this stuff. Maybe I could be wrong there, okay, but this just sounds like there's so much bullshit. I've never heard this before in my life. All right, so I think it's complete bullshit. It's just a way of extending the delay basically to the mainnet launch, which gives them more time to scam more people, okay, and also gives them more time to figure out what they're going to spend the money on, basically. But they can just keep this money in their own hands for the next 6 months as well, and do whatever they want with it. It just seems very yeah, it's just part of the scam, guys. I mean, I'm sorry if you've invested in this. All right, but to me, it's definitely a scam. All right, just the very fact on Twitter, they don't let anyone to comment, and call it out for what it is. Um, should should ring huge red flags, wave red flags, basically. So yeah, this proposal was just complete nonsense, in my opinion. So let me know in the comments if you've invested in this. Let me know if you also think this is complete BS as well. If you've been involved in any IT stuff and sort of head programmers have disappeared or whatever, let me know. How long does it take to replace somebody who's supposedly unreplaceable? But I find that very hard in IT that someone is unreplaceable, basically. So let me know in the comments about that. Okay, have a great day. And personally, I would avoid this project.